Hello, everybody. Is my TV muted? It is. It is NCS Man 001 here. Hey, Reese. Can you guys confirm that my audio sounds good? Just after the whole, fiasco, it sounds kind of echoey. Is that just me? Can you guys just let me know if the audio sounds good, my voice? So it sounds a little off. Sounds a little nasally. Because I'm not nasally at the moment. It's a little loud? Okay, let me fix that. Alright, how about now? That's got it. For some reason it was on the wrong setting for audio. I have no idea why. Sorry about that, guys, but it seems to be fixed now. Hey, Captain Wafer. Hey, Gonzo. Hey, Psycho. Got all sorts of people in here today. So yeah, does that sound better, guys? It still sounds slightly off, but drop the volume a little bit. That should be better. There we go. All right. So, like the title says, today is the 13th birthday for ZPTV123, and we're the angsty teenager now, I guess. I couldn't think of a better title. Anyway, tonight's gonna be a fairly chilled out stream. We're hopefully gonna be grabbing the Division 2 Platinum. You guys can feel free to ask questions and such in the comments, make it a little bit of a Q&A, all that good stuff. Because we're just going to be playing a little bit of casual Division 2 here to knock out the Platinum Trophy. All that's left are 3 or 4 missions on the hard difficulty. I need to check and see which ones are left. And Modern Warfare 2, the co-op is done. Thank God. That was horrible. If you guys saw the video, Modern Warfare 2 is doing anything and everything in its power to make my life miserable. And it worries me as to how bad the remaining single-player trophies are going to be. I mean, I know they can all be done on Recruit, but I still definitely have worries about how bad it might end up deciding to be to me. Thank you, Father Jack. Why am I over here? Oh, I know why. Yeah, I was still grabbing some of the cards because, honestly, why not? It's an extra collectible type. It's not really needed at this point. But I mean, I'm a bit of a completionist, and the cards are easy to get. They just take time. And no one spawned over here, which is totally fine. I don't really care. Now, I have no idea where the invasion is this week, so hopefully it's not any of the targets that I need. Because let's see what missions I have left. What have I got left? Notepad, come on up. Alright, we've got Potomac Event Center, Viewpoint Museum, and the Tidal Basin. Also, Jefferson Plaza, I'm not sure about. That one might have counted, but I'm not entirely sure. So if the trophy doesn't pop after the first 3, I'll know which one to go do. If anyone has a suggestion to get a freaking pencil, please let me know, because this challenge has been sitting here for weeks now, and I can't find one. Could also do that at some point if I end up having the extra time, same with that one. And that's a lot of stuff to donate, though. I don't really want to give up that much supplies. All right, we'll start with Potomac Event Center, because it's the first one on the list. Which one is that? Oh, damn it, it's a Black Tusk one. Hopefully it counts, doing it against the Black Tusk. That's what I'm not sure about. I think it does, but I'm just not 100% sure. So, we're just going to head on over here. Is the Modern Warfare 2 trophy list bad as in hard, or just... It's more annoying. Like, some of the veteran stuff is kind of hard, but it's more of an annoying hard than, like, a truly hard difficulty. It's just, like, an infuriating hard that... It's partially because they make all the enemies the armored guys, and stuff just doesn't always work right. And then, oh, yep, thank you for that. I got that guide up earlier today. I got a couple more coming for Division 2. And another one for Fallout 3 for the DLCs. That one is almost done. One of the Division 2 guides is in review right now, so it'll be up soon. And a third one for Division 2. Basically, I'm doing guides for the 3 story DLCs, you know, the easy DLCs. Those are the only ones that I'm concerned with doing guides for. I don't really plan to do one for the raids, because I know I'm going to have to get my butt carried through it or try to join in on someone. For the past week, been working on Saints Row 2022. Only one trophy left, but it's unobtainable at the moment. Ugh, what's wrong with it? How'd they screw that up? Top 10 favorite plats or hardest one? Yeah, I could see myself doing that, for sure. That'd be fun. Or I think the more likely thing I would do would be, like, top 10 least favorite platinums I've ever done, but not be allowed to count shovelware for it. So I'd have to pick, like, games that are actual games. So that could be fun. Happy anniversary, thank you. You saw your friend got the platinum in a game that had a low number of players. The Lost Legend of Redwall the Scout. Never heard of it. Literally have never heard of that. I think I might need, like, a few more burning enemies as well for my specialization. Because, I mean, I'm still working on some of this stuff just to have it. Like, I want to get a lot more specialization for my current class because I like the grenade launcher a lot. Plus, its specialization weapon is the turret, or skill, I mean. Just about Friday the 13th Platinum being unobtainable. Oh, it got... Oh, no. It got... They already took it... Did they already take it down? I didn't think it was supposed to go down for a few more months. Or did they just break something? Which is entirely possible. Because apparently Far Cry 2 is still broken. Yeah, supposedly Far Cry 2 is still broken. Now, I could have sworn I did this mission already. I'm almost positive I did this mission already. It must not have counted the first time. I don't know. I guess it didn't count the first time. That's weird and unfortunate, because I'm 99% sure I've done this one already. On hard. I mean, again, hard mode is not that hard in this game. I might die like once per mission. Hey, Gorin, and thank you. And Warlords of New York tied to any raids. As far as I know, it's not. I think it's like either 5 or 6 story trophies that are unmissable. A level 40 trophy, which is just potentially grindy, but not actually difficult. So that's 7 of them. There's the one for shutting 2 car doors, which you're gonna get by accident just by beating the game, very early in the game for that matter. So that one's unmissable. It's just, I think you have to finish a mission with a directive active, which is like basically just a modifier to up the difficulty a little bit. I highly doubt that's gonna be a problem, unless you have to do it on challenging or something. I love how I call it easy and then I almost die. Let's not do that again. But there's also the manhunt that, again, that's the one where it's like, I still, at this point, don't know how that trophy works and what you're supposed to do. Because I can't find a trophy guide or achievement guide for that particular DLC. I found them for the first 4 DLCs, including the first raid, but not the Warlords or the 6th DLC, which is another raid. And apparently the much harder raid. Like, supposedly the first raid is pretty easy. Second raid, not so much. Servers are still online, but they got rid of the database server, so XP doesn't count. Man! The ones you can unlock are the ones you can get in a single match, but everything else is unobtainable. And they're not going to fix it? Well, that's stupid. Like, that's really not cool. Where'd my turret go? It phased into the wall. So that's how we're going to do today. Come on, Division 2, give me a break. I didn't want to play Modern Warfare 2 tonight, because I hate that Platinum so far. That has easily been one of my least favorite Call of Duty experiences in a long time. At least since the last Call of Duty game I did, which was Vanguard. Like, when it comes to Call of Duty, like, if I look back at the Platinums, you know, World at War was infuriating at the time on Veteran, but was just so satisfying to finish because it's a legitimately difficult game. Partially due to bad mechanics and partially due to legitimate challenge. Original Modern Warfare 2, great experience. The co-op mode is an absolute blast in that game. Loved it. Modern Warfare 3, same thing. Not particularly hard. The co-op is a blast, though not as fun as Modern Warfare 2. And the Platinum Trophy is pretty enjoyable. I actually like the survival mode in that game, even though some people don't. I made a lot of videos about it back in the day. Then there was Black Ops 1. Loved that Platinum. That one was an absolute blast. I played a lot of that game's multiplayer back in the day. Black Ops 2. Also a blast, aside from the fact that all of your base game zombie stuff is done on Transit, which is one of the worst maps. Other than that, it's pretty fun. Then... what else is there? COD Ghosts was tolerable. I've grown to have more of a liking of Extinction than I did when it came out.
Sounds like you found some black tusk.
I think it's worth a revisit. It's better than I remembered it being. When I went back and did the 100% for that game, I actually got some enjoyment out of it. Even with how annoying a few of the trophies were. Advanced Warfare, yeah, that game's pretty bad. Advanced Warfare was not a very fun time. Mostly the DLC for that game was what was annoying, though, not necessarily the Platinum. But just, like, honestly... oh, crap, that's a helicopter. Good place for the shotgun. Almost got them all. Yeah, I've got a KSG as one of my weapons. I'm not sure why. It's one of my highest gear score items. But I don't like it that much. It's not that good. Redwall the Scout's an easy platinum following the guide. But it's got a broken side like Mercenaries 2. Oof. I will always have a soft spot for Mercenaries 2, though. Always will. Just because it was a major game that helped to spark the channel's initial growth back in the day. You know, if I had known back in those days that people wanted to see Mercenaries 2 and Destroy All Humans 2, I probably would have invested in trying to get capture tools back in the old days. Now, I probably didn't have a computer that would have handled it, though, which makes things more difficult. You're working on a trophy guide for it? Nice. What's next after Division and Call of Duty? I don't know what's next, actually. I haven't really decided yet. I've got several old games to go do. I think I've talked about this before, I might do COD Classic for 750. But I also might be Call of Duty'd out for a while. So, we'll see about that one. Yeah, I also might be just Call of Duty'd out for a while. So I may not do that one for 750. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. Hardest platinum, besides Black Ops 3? Probably, or, let's see. I would say Call of Duty World at War is up there.
We need to ensure that the entire site is...
And, yeah, Call of Duty World at War is definitely up there.
Look for a way inside the Potomac Center proper.
I mean, Far Cry 2 is considered a hard platinum by a lot of people, but it's really not. It's just a time-consuming one. I've talked about that before. I know its trophy guide, its original trophy guide on the PlayStation Trophies website has it as a 9 out of 10. It probably was back when it came out. That was probably correct when it came out. Nowadays, not so much. Item that I never collected, get the XP. We want that. But that was definitely one. And then Killzone 2, though, is probably the hardest in terms of just legitimate difficulty.
Daddy will look after you.
Step back, sir. You're not infected. But you can't do it.
Heads up. I'm seeing hostiles inbound on the...
Alright, so this... I remember this being a fairly long, annoying mission, so I don't know why it didn't count the first time. It Takes Two is coming for PS Plus Extra. That's going to be possibly fun. And I was going to ask if I picked up the free plat on Stranded Deep. No, I haven't played that one. I heard about that, though. So it's like... Is it like if you play in co-op with someone that already has the platinum, it auto-pops the trophies? I don't think that's the first time that's happened with a game. I think that's happened with other games at some point. I just can't remember which ones. Maybe Cuphead? Is that one of the ones where that's happened? Another game I have no intention of platinuming because I'm not good at that kind of game and I'll just get too frustrated. My Classic is one of the more frustrating ones. But it's way better than the new Modern Warfare 2. I don't think it would be that hard to beat the new Modern Warfare 2. Like, I did not like Vanguard. I will say, I did not like Vanguard either. But its veteran mode wasn't a broken pile of shit. It had 2 broken pile of shit trophies. Those of you who've done it know exactly which ones I'm talking about. It had 2 awful trophies, but they could be done on Recruit. In terms of actual, like, veteran stuff, the veteran mode in that game was perfectly fair. And the zombies mode was terrible. I'd say I might have enjoyed Spec Ops more than zombies. More than Vanguard zombies. But not by much. We actually had a little bit of fun with Spec Ops. Like, getting the 3 stars in the missions was actually pretty easy. We didn't have too many problems with 3 stars. Like, for the most part, Denied Area we got first try. So it was pretty easy. Then, what's it called? The Defender Mount Zaya. That one we got first try without really any major issues. That one was fairly easy. The only real difficulty... I mean, even low profile wasn't that hard to 3-star. Because it's such a short mission, you can kind of speedrun. It only took a few tries, especially once we had, like, a decent strategy going for it. It was really only that one trophy for the stealth that was annoying. That took us well over an hour to figure out. Multiple attempts. It's not an ultra-rare plat anymore? Oh, I'm sure not. There's no way that is if people are just hopping into each other's worlds to get it. Speaking of hopping into each other's worlds, I saw that Nick AR, our now fast-growing trophy person, fastest-growing trophy person, is apparently gonna be doing a video of every single Minecraft Platinum. Getting every single Minecraft Platinum. Which, I commend him for that. That does not sound like a very fun experience. Given that I've done almost all the Minecraft Platinums at this point, I know it's not that fun of an experience. Not anymore, at least. It was good back in the day before they released Bedrock on consoles. I don't know if he's using Trophy Worlds or not, though. I'm going to assume probably not. I guess we'll see in the video. I'm going to assume he's not using Trophy Worlds. I mean, You don't... I didn't, except for set 2. I didn't need them for anything else, though. Might as well pick it up soon if you really want to, because you had zero intention of playing it for Stranded Deep. Planning a game if given the choice to skip something by using an exploit or a glitch. Do I take that route? It depends on the game. Honestly. More often than not, the answer is yes, but not always. Like, for example, in Fallout games, if there are any exploits in Fallout games and such, I'm not gonna use an exploit in a game series like that. And for the most part, I'm not gonna use it in, like, franchises that I actually enjoy and want to play through. But if it's gonna cut down on potential huge amounts of time that would have had to be wasted or something, like, for example, Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2 has an insane multiplayer trophy where you have to reach, what is it, level 30? And even if you boost it and you don't use any glitches, it takes over 200 hours for that one trophy. But thanks to a glitch in the game, you can get that trophy very early on and in very little time. So in something like that, absolutely. Because, quite seriously, who's got 200 hours these days to sink into one trophy that's just grinding? Not even skill-based or anything, it's just grinding. Stuff like that for sure. But not always, kind of depends on the game. Have I done any of the Soulsborne games? I have not. I own Bloodborne
Find it, and if possible, create an uplink.
from when it went free on PS Plus years ago. I own that and I have played it. It's the only one I've... No, I've played Elden Ring before. Played that with Lizard Guy. But no, I don't... that's the only one I own. Alright, I think we're near the end, hopefully. I hope this is the end. EMP. Wonderful. Yeah, I want this one to be over because I'm 99% sure I already did this one and it must not have counted. Which is not a good sign. Okay, eat my grenade. I feel a little bit nasally tonight. I hope I'm not getting a cold. It's summer, you wouldn't think you would get them, but whatever. Oh yeah, I mean, COD Classic's gonna be annoying if I do it now or later. I just don't know if I might be kind of Call of Duty'd out after suffering through Modern Warfare 2. I almost would rather just go ahead and do the PS4 version of Modern Warfare 2. Just to get it out of the way while it's still fresh in my mind. Part of me wants to do that.
Hang on. I think I've got something here. A huge encrypted file. Whatever happens, make sure to maintain the uplink.
It's really... It might be better just to knock it out now while it's still familiar in my mind and I know what to do in it. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it whenever I do it. Only good thing is that the Intel trophy will pop after collecting one piece, but that's literally the only good thing about it. Plenty of YouTube videos on how to get trophies on creative. Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff and the glitches you can do and stuff. But the thing for me is, like, I'm still very proud of the fact that I did all the Minecraft stuff except for the second trophy list legitimately. And I did all the PS3 and Vita ones legitimately as well. I mean, I might have jumped into someone else's world for a handful of trophies on, like, once or twice. Like, I think the map trophy wouldn't unlock for me on my world, so I jumped into someone else's for that one. But I did almost everything legitimately, and some people would be able to tell you that because I've had people come into my worlds to do trophies before, so... Because I used to play the shit out of Minecraft back in the day. So I'm still proud of doing most of it fully legitimately like that, and then only using a trophy world, like a realms or anything, for that second list. Because the second list is a little bit ridiculous. A little bit redonkulous. Am I not a fan of them? Yeah, for me it's just the fact that I get angry easily for people who have seen some of my streams. I get angry a little too easily. Especially for... Oh, that's it! Okay. That actually... Okay, this wasn't... Maybe this wasn't the mission I was thinking of. I might have been thinking of the other one that you go out on the docks and sink a boat or something. So, I may not have done this one, actually. We get loot. It's all crap. But I will take it so I can go sell it for specialization, because I literally knew nothing about some of the specialization until, like, 3 days ago, because I'm not good at paying attention. But yeah, I get way too angry at games that get enraging like that. I don't want my trophies, like, straight handed to me, but, like, that game is just one that, that franchise is just one that's going to infuriate me too much to be worth it. Okay, commendations. I think this is where I can check and see a couple of things. Where is it? Why would you ever want to complete the Dark Hours raid 5 times from start to finish? Unless it gives you really good gear or something. Okay, that one counted, so that one's done. That one is done. So Potomac Event Center, done. 2 to 3 more, depending on if Jefferson Plaza counted. Viewpoint Museum is the next one, I think. Crazy to think the channel's 13 years old. Remember discovering me in the mid-2010s when you were in 8th grade and now you're 21? Oh, it's just weird to think. Like back in the day when I had a squeaker voice. Yeah, you guys might remember back in the old days my squeaker voice. It's like, hello and welcome to ZPTV. I can't even do that high-pitched voice anymore. Because we started the channel when I was 13, I think. Was when we started. My voice didn't really change till I was 14. Ooh, that's interesting. That's a good piece of gear. That's a named piece of gear. Alright, so we got all that stuff I can give in a second. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Alright, so next up is Viewpoint Museum, which is somewhere over here. Not that one. Not that one. Is it this one? It's this one. Man, I forgot about this mission. Alright, let's head over there. Let's do it. How do I grind champion medals in Horizon Forbidden West? Oh, it just takes forever. That's literally the only thing about it, is it absolutely takes forever. It's a waste of time. You're going to have to jump into probably a couple of New Game Plus runs. Just run through the game, get the tall necks. Those are easy. The missions give you a good bit. I'm going to be curious to see what my health is like after this stream, because I basically chugged 2 espresso shots before starting, and I'm drinking another cup right now. So we will see if I sleep tonight. Also, purely because it's celebration, I am having a couple of alcoholic beverages for celebration purposes. I haven't been drunk in, 6 or 7 weeks, and I doubt I will be tonight. So sobriety stuff has been going pretty well overall, like, to the point at least I can control all of my drinking habits, so I'm not really worried. Not to mention, my health is actually a lot better than I was expecting it to be when I've done doctor stuff and blood tests. I actually, because back when I was worried about my health more, well, let me rephrase that. Back when I was more worried and feeling kind of sick, The original Doctor couldn't see me until this past week, whereas the one I got in to see was really bad. But the one I got to see this past week was really good. And a couple of anomalies on blood tests were good now. So now it's literally just a couple of things that are hereditary that unfortunately I knew was going to happen at some point, and it just happened. When will I start Outer Worlds? Like I've said before, that's just one where I need to be able to set aside a good bit of time to just work on. Because I want to be able to fully invest into the world and not just jump in and out of the game like I have been for years now. Ever rage quit a platinum? Not a platinum. 100% kind of. The main one recently being, or the main one I can remember was GTA 5's DLC. With the Criminal Mastermind Challenge. Though that wasn't my fault that it went wrong. That was because of the other, that I've talked about before. It was the other guy in the group that completely screwed it up, and only I was the only person in the group that got punished for it, which still makes no sense to me. So I kind of rage quit that one, and it's the one I'm the most skeptical about going back for, because at least the other three that are incomplete that I can still do, so COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, and Outer Worlds are all single-player only games, so eventually I can get good enough at them to beat them. I mean, Outer Worlds isn't even a hard platinum. It's just a little bit... It's just a game that has a lot of content that I need to really be able to sink into again. Just focus on it for like a month and I'd be done with it, probably. I just couldn't get into it the same way that Fallout hooked me. Which is really surprising, but it just never hooked me in quite the same way as Fallout did. Despite the fact that it plays so much better. Okay, yep, I gotta burn 2 more enemies for a field research. This is level 3 of field research. What is that stuff they spray you with, and why did they not just sneak up on you with a gun? Doesn't that make more sense? Is gun over silly putty? Super silly putty, or instant concrete, or whatever it's supposed to be? I don't even know what it is. I'm assuming it's like some kind of instant concrete or something. That's the only thing that makes any amount of sense. Or is it Flex Seal? Like, is it legitimately just a can of Flex Seal or something? Because I've watched Demolition Ranch shoot all sorts of stuff that had Flex Seal on it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Very entertaining channel. Come on, I'm trying to set him on fire just so I can make progress on that other thing. Because I only need 2 more. Retract them. You remember subbed on your mother's YouTube account years ago. I even said thanks for subbing. Oh, cool. Must have been back in the really old days when, like, YouTube told you who all your subscribers were. Do you guys remember those old YouTube layouts? Where they actually, like, told you who had subscribed to you specifically, or it was a lot more clear? Maybe they still have a way to do that, but I haven't seen it in a long time if they do. Other reason for having a few beverages is I found out I still have a little bit of liquor in the house, and I kind of just want to be done with it, get rid of it. But I'm also not going to just pour it down the drain because that's a waste of money. And those of you that know me know that I'm an extreme cheap ass, and I'm not going to, I don't waste food, and I really don't waste money. You know, aside from the fact that I went out and bought an AK-47 recently, because I wanted one and have wanted one for a while. So yeah, that's one thing. That's something I purchased, so good at gaming that I have over 99% completion with hundreds of games. Well, to be fair, many of them are good, and many of them are shit. Lots of shovelwares on that list. Now, granted, I pretty much stopped doing shovelware at this point, so. Except for Except for the occasional Platinum Dumpster Dive video. Which those are more for fun. And to not take it very seriously. Because the good thing is the shovelware has slowed down. I think I've talked about that before. The shovelware has kind of slowed down. It's definitely not as bad as it was like a year ago at this time. But it's noticeably still there. There is still some. Okay, that guy just, like, life-ended himself. They have it in the... You subscribed to a bunch of people back on the day in her account. That's cool. I never used a parents' account because my parents, back in the day, really didn't... It's kind of funny, like, I had... You guys know the McJuggernuggets series, even though it's all scripted. It was all obviously fake for entertainment, but it was really entertaining when he did the Psycho Kid series. And how he has the dad that's very old school, very much like, you know, YouTube can't be a job and you shouldn't be on there. And all that kind of stuff. Except for me, it was back during a time period where that stuff definitely wasn't as prevalent. And, like, I definitely had, like, my parents never had YouTube accounts at all back in the day. Because they never used it, they never believed in using it, and didn't really want me on the platform, to be honest, in the early days. But, me and Lizard Guy, we still started doing stuff on YouTube, and it slowly grew. And nowadays, of course, attitudes have changed so much, and everyone sees now all the good that can come from, you know, being able to do this kind of stuff. So it's all good now, but that was just a very different time in history that I'm sure some of y'all lived through. But some of y'all also probably grew up with smartphones in your hand. Smartphones didn't exist until I was about... I don't know, 11 or 12? The very first ones came out? I didn't have one until I was 15. 15? Does that sound right? Or was it 14? I think it was 15. Very different time. I also grew up in the area of plenty of great games. Okay, one more Burning Hostel and we'll get that. Yeah, shovelware kind of ruined trophy hunting. So they have it on the channel dashboard, but it rarely ever updates. Okay. Thoughts on the Artifacts Money games? I don't mind the Artifacts Money games. They are kind of copy and paste. Like, all of them have pretty much the exact same puzzles and design and similar stories and all. But I really don't mind them because I feel like with all the art and animation style, it at least feels like they put effort into it. Let me put it that way. It feels like they at least put effort into their games. Unlike shovelware. Unlike true shovelware. Like, they actually put effort into their games. Shovelware stuff is straight up just asset flips for nothing. Just asset flips and selling for $5 and literally press X to win. At least with the Artifacts Money games, you actually have to finish the games. Sometimes in the old days, you had to finish them all on hard and finish their extra chapters. But even they've made their platinums easier over the last couple years, because nowadays you usually don't have to actually beat the game on the higher difficulty. You can usually just beat it on the easy mode. And you usually don't have to finish every single puzzle or hidden object perfectly like you did in the originals. And you never have to play the bonus chapter anymore. They don't care about that one anymore. Oh! Did I finish the burning enemies? Yeah! There we go! Alright. I'll probably still do those at some point just because it's something to do and get extra items. Fallout has charm. It does. What happened to Lizard Guy? Oh, he's doing good. He's in the military, though. So I rarely get to see him. Like, once a year, usually, for a couple of days. But yeah, he's in the military. But if we're lucky, when he gets shifted to his next, like, assignment or next location that he's going to be in, we're hoping that he's going to be stationed in Florida instead of California. Navy specifically, but that's all I'm going to say about it. But we're hoping that he's going to be able to be in Florida instead of California, to where he'd only be a day's drive away. And we'd actually be able to hang out a little bit more often. Because nowadays, whenever we hang out, you know, I usually bring the recording stuff home, but I don't end up doing anything with it just because we just want to spend time hanging out and playing games and not, like, recording and stuff on it. Just, you know, being idiots playing games like the old days. Hi, Arioka. Thank you. Instant Platinum was rated deep. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier. It's interesting. Not the first game that's done it. Probably won't be the last. Main gripe with Artifacts money games are the price. Yeah, that's fair. I will agree with you on that one. The price is way too high on some of those games, because back in the day they were $10, and I didn't necessarily mind that because they went on sale so often. But nowadays they're $15 usually, and they don't go on sale that much. And in that case, yeah, 15 is a little too much to pay for those games. When they are heavily asset flip and story flip, but not to the degree of, like, actual shovelware. Again, though, I'd rather do one of those than a shovelware game, because it feels like they put in at least some effort.
Look for the transmission control module. It handles all communications going in and out of viewport.
And then, of course, there's good old My Name is Mayo, but I don't consider that shovelware. Maybe back when it first came out, people thought it was, because at the time it was the fastest, easiest platinum known to man. But it's not even in the top 100. I don't even think it's in the top 2 or 300 anymore, because of all the easy... It's probably... Here's something crazy about My Name is Mayo. I don't even think it's in the top 500 fastest and easiest platinums anymore. Top 500. There have been so many of these asset swap shovelware crap coming out that I honestly don't even think it's in the top 500 anymore for fastest or easiest. Not to mention, My Name is Mayo has a very compelling story about a jar of mayonnaise trying to fall in love. It's a wonderful story that's actually worth viewing. Very touching, about a jar of mayonnaise trying to find acceptance and love in this cruel world. I suppose if we're calling a game about a jar of mayonnaise as being better quality now, it shows how far things have fallen. Okay, drone, take him out, because there's one guy hiding out up here. How long do we have to defend this for? Hey, Simon. Probably gonna go now. It's 2 a.m. there. I do not blame you. Yeah, definitely go ahead and get some rest. I may be up close to that late tonight, depending on how the coffee hits me. But we will see. I'll probably update you guys tomorrow, when I stream tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to stream tomorrow yet. I don't know if I want to stream Modern Warfare 2 and try to get the Platinum tomorrow, or if I might start up Pikmin 2 instead. It'll probably be Modern Warfare 2, though. This Pikmin 2, actually, I've been grinding on quite a bit. And at this point, I have managed to finish the game twice now to 100%. So this is a game that I never finished back in the day. But I'm also working on the challenge mode, and it's hard. I'm on the final challenge mode mission, and it's absolutely freaking brutal. It's the one... It's 5 floors. It's the final challenge mission. It's 5 floors. It is... First 3 floors are easy of it, but they take a few moments to get through, a few minutes to get through. Then the 4th floor is an Empress Bulblax that for some reason is way too good at throwing off the Pikmin and squishing them compared to her normal versions. And then... oh, I remember this mission.
Take them out before the mast is destroyed.
I barely remember this mission, but I remember this mission. And then the final floor has like 3 or 4 Emperor Bulblaxes that are in water most of the time, so you can't kill them the normal way with purples. This is not going to make any sense to people who have never played Pikmin.
Agent, you've got to stop Wade.
Oh, those EMP things are annoying.
You won't be able to
We got
shade tech.
3 minutes to take out the rest.
Take it out.
I gotta focus on this for a second, guys. Let me just take out the generators first so I can actually have some support in here. Yeah, this objective is actually a bit trickier. Even on lower difficulties like hard. Because hard is effectively medium difficulty in this game. Yeah, hard is effectively the medium difficulty in this game. Because it's the middle difficulty, there's both challenging and heroic are harder. And there's legendary mode for a handful of missions, but we can't do that one until we do the DLC. Nor would I actually play that one, because I'm not going to do that. Alright, now I can look at comments again. If I don't have it already, Broken Sword 5 is on sale for less than $1. I have no idea what that game is. I think it's more of a funny, silly game, Pikmin, or something else, or Mayo. I have no idea which one we're talking about anymore, because I've brought up like 50 different games in the last 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Okay, person. Oh! That was bad. Okay, that did more damage than I expected. What happened to my drone? Why did it go away? Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you guys, but I went and saw the Indiana Jones movie. I saw it over the 4th of July weekend. That's exotic gear, hell yes. Research objective complete. Which one? Oh, okay. Neutralize named true son's an easy one. Just take some time. Okay, well, I won't complain. When I went and saw Indiana Jones, it wasn't bad. It was a million times better. Oh, my name is Mayo. Okay, yep. Hey, how's it going, Dresden Blue? And it's going good. Finished getting all the online trophies for a bunch of games this week. Homefront The Revolution, Watch Dogs, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, Worms 2, Armageddon, Worms Ultimate Mayhem. Homefront is is giving me fucking PT. Oh! That was it? Wait, what? It had one more. There was one more. It said there was one more after that, but okay. That was the Platinum Trophy. I thought it was going to pop after the next one. Not that one. Well, guys, that's the Platinum. Obviously, it's not the end of the stream. But I didn't think that was coming that quickly. It only took 45 minutes. I thought I had 2 more missions. Well, alright. Platinum Trophy. That is number 727. Cool. I wasn't expecting it to pop that quickly. Alright. There's more stuff we can do, though. We can get started on the DLC. The other DLC. Nice. It literally said that I had 2 missions left, not 1. But, okay. If the Division creators can't count properly, that's fine. If only they couldn't have counted back when I was doing the survival mode and suffering through that for 3 years. Because we all know how I feel about that. Continuation of an old point-and-click series. Oh, okay. Haven't been playing anything this week due to bad family stuff. Sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully it starts getting better. Yeah, that was surprising that popped as early as it did. You've never seen anyone get a platinum live on stream? Even mine? Because I've done it a few times, I think. Right? Yeah. Outside of just the shovelware. So, now that we have a moment, I will show the trophy list. Because I might as well. Now that the platinum trophy is popped, might as well show it. Those are the best platinums, the surprise ones. Yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to get it tonight. I just didn't think I was going to get it that quickly. So for this platinum trophy, you get a lot of trophies just for beating the story. Everything through here is story and unmissable, which is great. So just finish all the story missions, you'll get everything through here. Finish all missions on hard or above. Hard is not that hard. Hard is really not that hard. It's the medium difficulty for the game. It's not a problem. Fully upgrading settlements just comes from completing projects and stuff for the settlements. It's fairly easy. This one I did in the American History Museum. That's a good place to do it, but it's kind of random. Sometimes the game just doesn't want to be nice to you, and sometimes you'll accidentally like one-shot the tanks once you destroy their armor, or sometimes they'll kill themselves. Control points is easy, just take them over time. They start shifting hands constantly once the Black Tusk arrive. This one is a multiplayer trophy. You have to be in a group to do it, and no one be downed. It's super easy, but it is a multiplayer trophy. Call for help and revive the agent, as well as put out a call for backup. Those are both done like within missions. They're both easy, not a problem at all, just they are multiplayer. I mean, everything in this game is multiplayer, technically. Any suit of cards, this trophy is annoying, because the cards drop randomly from named elites, and you never know which cards you're going to get. There's 52 total, and you need up to 49, depending on how bad your luck is. And it still took me about 40 cards to get a full suit. So it's a waste of time because it takes half an hour for them to respawn. It's stupid. Unmissable. Basically unmissable. Unmissable. You're going to get this one by the time you finish everything else for sure. Just give resources to friendlies. Just go into any dark zone and get to a safe house. That's pretty easy. Extracting an item from each dark zone is actually a lot easier than you might think it is. It's, for the most part, people aren't horribly aggressive all the time in dark zones. Rogue agent in each dark zone, you're going to have to boost. Not going to happen normally unless you're in like a big group. Then a match of skirmish or domination, as well as facing off against another clan. You also have to create a clan. These are for the conflict game mode. It's the actual PvP, purely PvP game, not PvPvE. It's annoying. It's not fun. You've got some super hardcore, try-hard players with insane gear, but you just have to win a single match, which you'll get eventually. Bounty from each safe house. This one is kind of weird. It's said that it's missable if you go to New York at any point. It, like, resets it or something. Signature weapons are easy. 10 enemies in the leg with a crossbow is easy. It's a signature weapon. Level 30 is unmissable. Creating a clan takes all of 5 seconds. This one, it doesn't need to be boosted. If you just join into any group and get a picture with all 4 people together, it'll count. Blueprints is unmissable. Exotic item is kind of random as to whether or not you'll get an exotic that you can craft, but apparently, as I found out, just retooling an exotic counts, which is good. Equip a specialization is basically unmissable toward the end of the story. This requires you to fully upgrade a specialization. It takes time, but it's not necessarily that difficult. It just takes time. It's kind of grindy. This is unmissable. This one's pretty easy. There's like 8 skills. Just use each one of them. High-end gear is gold tier or better in each slot. Fairly easy later in the game. And then hijack and extraction in an occupied dark zone where the enemies are tougher. This one was really annoying, but I eventually got it. Alright, now I can look at comments. Hey, Secret Underdog. Happy YouTube anniversary, thank you. Even me, I've seen getting trophies before, but not the plat. Really? Okay, well, fun first time on Celebration Day. You want to do Mafia 3, but don't know if you should because of the bugs and stuff. I heard that it was Mafia 2 that was the worst one for... Or, no, wait. Is it Mafia 3 that's the bad one for bugs, and Mafia 2 the one that's just, like, really hard? Because one of them's really hard. How many of the trophies can you do alone in this game? Most of them. There's only a handful that require a boosting partner or anything like that. Will I ever platinum Kingdom Hearts games? Probably not. Not really interested. Too time consuming. I played them a little bit back on like the PS2 though. I was going to work on another video together, do part 2 or something else. Probably something different. Because there's a million topics out there we could cover. So 3 is the buggy one, and I guess 2 is just a harder one. Okay, Operation Dark Hours is the raid. The first raid. That's the easier one. DC Outskirts is just a mission. Camp White Oak is a mission. National Zoo is a stronghold, and it takes forever. And it's actually kind of challenging at times. Pentagon is just 2 story missions and a side mission. Nothing too difficult there. Coney Island is the easiest of the 3. It's just 2 missions. It takes like an hour to get through. Not a problem. Warlords of New York. This is what we're jumping into next. So as far as I'm aware, the first 5 trophies are all story related, as is this one. So 6 story trophies. This one is basically just putting it on a harder difficulty, pretty much. Putting on a modifier that makes it harder. So, not too hard, I don't think. This is the one that I still have no idea how it works, because I can't find a good guide for it. Unmissable and grindy, but possibly naturally unlocked. So not worried about those. And this raid that I really don't want to do, because I've heard that it's brutal. Okay, Operation Dark Hours. I'm going to try something in this stream before we head to New York. I want to try a couple of things. First, let's put some points into demolition here. Let's go ahead and give us some points into light machine gun, because I'm kind of basing myself on light machine gun and shotgun. Now I'm going to give some items up for specialization reasons. Mafia 2 wasn't that difficult. Only thing that was hard was Chapter 14 and 15. Okay. Celebrate my 13th YouTube anniversary. Your parents are on their 20th anniversary in a few days. Nice! 20 years. It's not that common these days, I don't think. Alright, so I have no idea what I currently have in my inventory. Because my parents have been together for... Last year was 30 years. Was that right? Yeah, last year was 30 years. So I don't even know what the specialization really does, or how useful it actually is. I really don't. I'm not sure if it's all that useful. Ooh, let me hold on to that, because it's my only rifle category weapon. Because I don't think you can donate things that you're currently carrying. Oh, hold on. No, that's a high level one. G36C is at a fairly high level. I also don't really know how to get my gear above, like, level 505 to 510. Okay, well, clearly this is going to take too long, so I'm not going to keep wasting my time on this. I have to click on every individual thing. So, let's go down to brands of gear. This is going to be faster. Wow, that game is slow loading here for some reason. Oh, I can donate junk? Hold on a minute. I didn't realize that. Well, that's going to make things go faster. Let me just junk some items here. So that's a rifle. That's an assault rifle. That's an SMG. Hold on to the marksman rifle. Hold on to the standard rifle. Get rid of the old marksman rifle. The old standard rifle. Everything else here. Yeah, let's just do that. Actually, no, don't get rid of that one yet, just in case I need it later. Actually, don't get rid of that one either, because that seems to be a unique item. Yeah, let's just get rid of all that and just see what happens. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but specializations are good when we get them every now and then. Okay, I assume that worked. It did not. Game? Why did that not work? Game. Well, that's really stupid. Okay, those two are equipped, so that makes sense. Of course I can't get rid of those, but... See, I don't fully understand how this works. Alright, I can look at comments again. Probably thinking Mafia won the race. Yeah, you're right. Vision 2, plat for today. Yep, got it already, which is nice. Is this the snowy New York from the first game? I don't think so, because this game is set several months later. As far as I'm aware, it's set several months later. How's my day going? It's going good. You just got to Denver. Found out Taylor Swift is having a concert, so the hotel prices are insane. I used to like Taylor Swift. I don't really like most of her new music. It got away from country and got into sort of another area I guess I don't really enjoy. And her concert prices are so absurd. Like, I saw her back in the old days when her music was better. Nowadays, it's like Kelsey is the main one. Or mainly because she's celebrity crush material. Megan Maroney as well, because she's even younger than Kelsey. She's like 23 or something. Very new onto the scene. Just as pretty as Kelsey. And possibly single. And probably didn't cheat on her husband. Because I still think that might have been what happened. But I'm not getting into drama like that. Anyway. What makes the second raid brutal? Everything I've read says that it's harder. Everything just says that it's way more complicated. That it actually requires like a lot more communication and stuff to be able to do. Versus the first one that apparently you can do without a whole lot of issues. So... it's Operation Dark Hours. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try jumping into it.
Black Tusk have occupied the Washington National Airport to bring in troops, equipment, supplies, and God knows what else. We need to shut down
Matchmaking
this
for raids is
operation
only available
if we're
on
gonna have any
Discovery,
chance of
okay.
countering these assholes.
And see if I can get into a group.
You have received an invite to a raid group.
I don't know what's going to happen here.
Joined raid group.
This is going to end badly. I'm willing to bet this is going to end real badly. Or with a resounding success. But it's probably just going to end real damn bad. We're going to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see what happens. Game.
You are now the raid leader.
Oh dear God, no! I don't want to lead this. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing. I hope I'm not going to have to, like, actually boost this with people. I'm not looking forward to that. Whole videos you haven't... hardest bronze trophies or tips for trophy hunters. Yeah, those are good ideas. Hardest bronze trophies. I can think of one of them right off the bat. Fucking, oh, one person.
Agent joined your raid.
Okay, it's not gonna happen today. Log out and log back in. I think it's... Some things say that you can just do it with randoms, but I don't know. Strictly, you think she's overrated. Music is okay. People act like she's the best of the generation. Yeah, very much so. People freaked out like crazy with the whole concert and everything. It's like, why would you pay thousands of dollars for a ticket to a concert? I mean, paying several $100s I can understand for a concert.
Safe area entered.
But I really can't comprehend spending thousands of dollars for a concert. I just really don't get it. Okay, leave the raid. We're not doing that today.
Agent requesting backup.
I don't care about backup. See, I might just have to get a group together or find things out there. Yeah, I can think of at least one super hard bronze. It's Mayan Lieben. One of the hardest bronze trophies out there. There's others too. I'm sure that Crypto the Necrodancer, every bronze trophy in that game is harder than 99% of all other games ever made. People are wearing diapers at the concert so they don't miss a second. That's strange, but honestly, not the most surprising thing. Pulled a Fallout Boy and started copying her competition with her new music. That wouldn't surprise me either. Okay, guys, so since the raid doesn't seem like it's going to be a thing that happens tonight, I think I'm going to actually have to just find a group for the raids, which is fine. Again, I'm not too worried about the first one. It's the second one that I'm more worried about. I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick. And then we're going to head to New York for DLC content. So I'll see you guys back here in a couple of minutes.
Adequate sanitation is of utmost importance. Please remember to maintain a high standard of personal hygiene and cleanliness. Thank you for your cooperation.
Goddamn mice get into everything. I need to call an exterminator. I need a vacation.
Alright, it is DLC time. We have 8 more bosses to get Cuphead completion. Then gonna work on Exoprimal. Nice, nice. Yep, we're gonna hit some DLC. So for this, we need to hit this, I think. So yeah, I know nothing about this DLC except for the fact that Aaron Keener somehow got the cleaners under his control and brought them back from the brink of, like, extinction from the first game. And that somehow he had something to do with the president, with President Ellis. But supposedly President Ellis is now dead after a manhunt?
You ready to go to New York?
I won't be able to return to DC until the campaign is complete. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing else to do in the main world, so it's fine. But dang, they're making this look pretty serious. I don't think this game... Well, let me knock on wood here. My wooden table here. I don't think this game is going to get any more DLC trophies because Division Heartland is coming out, like, next year. So I just don't see it happening.
We have suffered heavy casualties at City Hall. We believe it was a targeted strike. Isaac has identified an unknown biological compound.
I am not probably going to play Heartland.
I've never seen anything like it before. New York is
Because Heartland is going to be primarily PvP and PvPvE. I don't think it's going to have standard PvE in it. And it's going to be like 45 player lobbies and stuff. Not the kind of thing that I want to play.
Set this bird down. We clear? Loud, you copy?
So Heartland doesn't interest me as much outside of the setting. The fact that it's going to be one that's set in like an actual like smaller town, rural county in America, in middle America. Something that isn't explored that much in games, especially disaster games. Because you know that whenever disasters happen in games, they only happen to major cities, right? Throughout this planet, disasters only happen in major cities according to the movies and video games. They never happen in the small towns. I'm from a small town of less than 15,000 people. Disasters never happen in those places. The town I live in now has less than 25,000. It never has disasters. I mean, it's also one of the safest parts of South Carolina and one of the wealthiest parts of South Carolina, I found out, which surprises me.
This is Kelso. We're on our way.
Okay, those don't look like cleaners because they don't have flamethrowers, so I don't know who they are.
Survivors, but there are still people trapped inside the building. Be careful. We got hit with a bioweapon. Masks on.
Keep the tutorials on because there's probably going to be new stuff here that I need to see. But this is good. We're going to be able to reach level 40. We're going to get new equipment. I'm going to be able to use my signature weapons.
Take out that hostile!
Wow, they all have red health bars. They're all normal tier enemies. I mean, I know that you have to do everything on story difficulty first, so of course they're going to be easier. But still. Thought that maybe Aaron Keener would send a couple of armored folks to do his dirty work here. Right? He sent them to take the Pentagon. And then he betrayed the Black Tusk. Ooh, so yeah, we're going to start getting new gear. So where even green tier stuff might actually be decent. I don't know if it will be or not. So yeah, I don't think this game is going to get any more DLC trophies purely because Heartland is supposed to come out within the next year. I think they also... Didn't they already release a mobile game? Or they're about to? Well, let's see. I was talking earlier. I saw the new Indiana Jones movie. It really wasn't bad. It was a million times better than Kingdom of the Crystal Fucktard, is what I'm going to call it. Because it was an awful movie, but Dial of Destiny isn't bad. It's not great, it's not as good as the originals, but it's not bad. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, it's worth seeing. Just forget that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull ever existed, because this one basically tells you that Shia LaBeouf died, which is a positive. His character died, so that's a good thing.
The Haven settlement is sending medics. Make sure the area is secure before they arrive.
But I saw that. I gotta go see Mission Impossible. Apparently that movie is doing insanely well. Like, it's the second highest rated Mission Impossible movie right now. Or it might even be the highest. But it's doing really, really well. That's a lot of enemies. Okay, even red tier, that's a lot of enemies at once. Pop drones. But I'm excited for that. Level up. Awesome. Level 31. Or level 30. Or starting level 30. I don't know.
We need to find out who is responsible for the attack.
So yeah, I'm excited to see that at some point soon. And then there is... I went and saw Sound of Freedom this week. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's disturbing at times, but it's really good. No surprise why it's doing so well. I mean, in all honesty, that's a movie that if Hollywood hadn't have stupidly decided to go all-out war against it, it probably wouldn't have been that successful. I probably wouldn't have even seen it had they not gone all-out war against it. But it was a really good movie. It was worth seeing.
Complete. Javier, Kajika.
Is there a specific difficulty range I stick with? 6 out of 10 and below. Nowadays, I usually don't go above a 5 out of 10. Back in the old days, I would do higher difficulties, and I'll still sometimes do higher difficulties for some games and milestones. But usually I don't do like super high difficulty games anymore. It's a mixture of really not having the patience to do them, or the time to do them anymore. I mean, yeah, aside from rare nights like tonight, I don't drink anymore, so it doesn't piss me off as much in games as it once did.
We knew Keener was working on some kind of virus, but I didn't think he could weaponize it this fast. We should have prepared for this.
Lau, the medics have arrived. They're extracting the survivors.
So I think that Lau kills the rogue President Ellis in one of the manhunts, and that's what happens, but all the story stuff for all that makes no sense because, like, you can't play them once they're disappeared or something. Like, once the season with the manhunt is done, you can't do it again, which is really weird. Yeah, I have no idea what to do for the seasonal manhunt for this season. So I'm going to have to really try to figure that one out. Look on PSN profiles and such, see if anyone knows anything about it. I'm sure as hell not writing a guide for this DLC. I learned my lesson after Destiny 2. Destiny 2 was a game that I did not think would see the success it's seen long term, and I didn't think it was going to change that much. And I thought it was going to stay, you know, relatively close to what it was and be like sort of how Destiny 1 was, and then Destiny 3 would be out by now. And I was completely wrong. Destiny 2 is still going, and it's got one more year before the final DLC comes out. Final DLC comes out next year, and then probably Destiny 3 like a year later. And I'm sure as shit never writing a guide for an MMORPG again, if it's anything like that. That is easily my worst guide, and I don't care if people nuke it out of existence because it is by far my worst guide. And I wasn't expecting the game to get the amount of content it did. Was one trophy away from the platinum in Bloodborne, but his save got deleted. Oof. Ouch. Guess he didn't back up his save for some reason. I don't know why you wouldn't. But even so, like, sometimes backing up save isn't enough. I have found that to be a thing. Okay, we have a new area to explore. So New York isn't huge this time. It's not as big as it once was. But there is a good bit of stuff to do here. It's big enough that there's going to be some content here. Been watching me for a couple years now. Videos and streams keep getting better and better. Thank you. I would hope that like my thumbnails and stuff are getting better because I put a good bit of work into the thumbnail for this stream. I mean, I like to think that my stuff is getting better than what it once was. I mean, given the fact that I started from a camera, from recording on a camera on a tripod, I don't think it could have gone down from there, if we're being honest. That was the old days. I don't think it could have gone down from there. And the trophy content now instead of Let's Play content, because Let's Playing is kind of a dead thing now. There's only a handful of people who can still make it work. Chugger Conroy is one of them. He still, you know, Let's Plays most of the Nintendo games. He can make it work, but most people can't. Here's the cleaners. So, we're fighting the cleaners. They have somehow regrouped and aligned themselves with Aaron Keener. They're trying to tell me things that's almost like I wouldn't know it from already beating everything. Our gear is really high leveled at this point, so I don't think most of these enemies are going to be that much of a problem.
Get to Haven as soon as you can. Just don't expect a warm welcome. The guy in charge, Paul Rhodes, isn't happy to see me.
Why is he mad at you? Did you sleep with him? And then cut his penis off in his sleep? Because that might make him unhappy with you. Or just slept with him and then cheated on him. That's also a possibility. You tried playing Destiny 2, but it keeps kicking you out. Well, that's weird, but I just wasn't a huge into Destiny 2. Yeah, but I'm literally the agent that has saved this world at this point. Like, 20 times, probably.
Fine.
You got a pretty secure wall here. Can't you just set up a mounted machine gun?
Ex-JTF and civilian volunteers. They're calling themselves the Peacekeepers. It's the safest place in Lower Manhattan. They've got security, food, supplies, you name it. The fact that they're still going...
In reality, the only part of New York City that's surviving the apocalypse is probably Staten Island. Manhattan's dead. Brooklyn's dead. Queens is dead. Literally the only part that's going to survive is probably Staten Island. Low population, conservative, higher equipment ownership. It's the only one that's surviving. The other ones are all screwed, in all honesty.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it could be your internet, that's true. Now I decided to go back to Destiny 2 for your backlog. Yeah, it wasn't fun. Rad Brad. I've seen him. I didn't know he was still going. That's interesting. I did not know he was still going. He is old school, though. I remember his name. Very old school.
Situation's a fuck ton better than it ever was back then. These people feel safe.
I got a burp. I can feel it coming on.
Right. The situation feels better for you now.
Was Fei Lao in the first game? I honestly don't know or care at this point.
It's getting pretty rough out there, Paul. But it's your decision.
Got a lot in your backlog. I used to. I don't have much left, but I still do.
To take care of Keener. And then I want you out.
Okay, that's fair. Kill Keener and then leave. I'm fine with that. Because then most of my trophies unlock.
Keener is our main target, but right now, his whereabouts are unknown.
That bastard's hiding somewhere in the city, planning his next move.
Based on the footage you found in City Hall, we've managed to get leads on the other 4 rogue agents.
Theo Parnell, tech specialist and conspiracy theorist.
His whereabouts are unknown, but we think he is linked to the surveillance drones we've been tracking around the city. One was recently shot down in Civic Center. We need you to recover the drone. You might be able to find him from the metadata.
Vivian Conley, explosives expert and a high-ranking leader for the Cleaners.
We've been getting
Was
reports
she in the
of
original
increasingly
game?
aggressive cleaner attacks in 2 bridges. Check in with the local peacekeepers. They've been tracking their movements.
That name sounds slightly
James
familiar.
Dragov, heavy weapons expert, and the acting leader of the Rikers here in Lower Manhattan.
He's holding
The
them in a
Rikers,
fortified
was that a
compound
faction
on
in the
Wall Street.
original?
We've had some agents looking for a chink in his armor for some time now. Check in with the local safe.
How about a sniper bullet in the eye? I don't think his eyes were armored.
Tactical operations expert.
He's a ghost, but he leaves a remarkable signature.
Working on Dead Island. Oh, the OG Dead Island.
Ambushed in Battery
Oof,
Park.
that's
We're pretty sure it's
that's
Kajika.
not a game I would want to
It
do.
would be to follow his trail and see where it leads. There's no time to waste. Going after any of these targets will bring us closer to Keener.
All right, so we got to kill
In the
4
meantime,
targets
we'll
to
do
get us
what
to
we can
Keener.
from Haven to support you. Good luck, Agent.
So it's basically another open world similar to the main game. Alrighty. New leads. Who are we going to go for first? Map is covered in fog of war. Yada, yada, yada. So it's like the other part of the game. So New York is 4 regions that we have to liberate. Keep burping. This is the first one. This is the closest one, so let's go with this one. It's close to the 4, so let's tackle it. Because why not?
Unbelievable. We're right back in the same goddamn mess we were in when Amherst.
One trophy is stupid.
I set up Haven.
I don't know anything about the original Dead Island, except for the fact that I remember playing it a little bit on the 360. It wasn't that bad.
She's been flag waving from behind the authority of a...
That was before I was a trophy hunter or achievement hunter. What capture card software do I use? I use Elgato.
I won't forgive it.
I know a lot of people use like OBS and stuff, but I use Elgato. At least for now. Someday I will have a better computer set up with better technology. Someday. I just don't know when. Okay, we don't care about you. You were in the original game, but I really don't give a shit about you. So, yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Because I think she's the one that kills the rogue president at some point, and then you go hunt her down, but I'm not even sure if players can still do that mission. For some reason. Meet Benitez, the vendor? Well, I'd love to, but it's not letting me. Ah, okay.
Don't worry about Rhodes. He'll warn.
He joins me instantly. Wonderful. That's all that matters. Alright. So, new equipment is available in the public space. Yada, yada, yada. I've played this game before. Why are you giving me tutorials now? I've played this game before for 50 hours to get the Platinum Trophy. You do not need to keep giving me tutorials. Tutorials are stupid.
You're heading into the Civic Center, former headquarters for government and
I
law
think it's
enforcement
getting as many
agencies.
views as he used to.
I really do mean
Still
former.
pulling 100K to 500,000 on those videos. That's pretty amazing, man.
Days of the outbreak.
Because he was definitely, I definitely at least used to watch him to some degree. For sure. Killing a ram with a tackle, but the thing is, the football player doesn't have that skill, so only Sam does. Oh, okay. So it's a character-based trophy. A football player doesn't have tackle. Well, yeah, that's pretty damn stupid, honestly. If you play football, if you play American football, you know how to tackle somebody. If you play American football, you know how to tackle somebody. Unless you only ever played football in other countries. Why I talk in Russian accent, have no idea. Because I feel like it. Because game dumb. Game boring. Game lots of grind. Game has lot of DLC trophy that not looking forward to. Especially raids. Raids not fun. He's an American football player. Then he is enemy of Mother Russia. And I will force feed him vodka. Force feed him the vodka. You know what? I gotta say something, actually, real quick. About that. Destroy All Humans 2 randomly got a backported PS4 version. Out of absolutely fucking nowhere. It got a backported PS4 version. Oh, and by the way, if you own the PS5 version, the PS4 version is not free.
That transceiver is a good start.
It costs like $30. So yeah, it got a backported fucking PS.
Should be able to cross-reference the two.
Wow, that one didn't work. Okay. Yeah, it got a fucking backported PS4 version out of nowhere. I can't possibly comprehend why they did that. Except, I guess, for money. But yeah, they did that. And again, it's not free. Even if you bought the super... I bought the fucking collector's edition. Ooh, okay, so... Alright, so we got the FAMAS and the... I don't like the M1A that much. So I'm going to replace the KSG with the FAMAS, but I don't like the M1A that much. But yeah, they backported a PS4 version of Destroy All Humans 2, reprobed. Just without the multiplayer. That's the only thing, is it lacks the multiplayer, which the multiplayer wasn't even available at first on the PS5 version. It was only available later on through patches, which is even more hilarious.
Recovering that transceiver is a good start. But we
So,
need data if we're gonna locate
it just makes no sense whatsoever why they did that, and that it's not even free for those of us that bought the $100+ special edition of the game after waiting 20 years for new Destroy All Humans content, you know? I mean, it's not as bad as those of us waiting for new Freedom Fighters or Mercenaries 2 content, but come on! Like, really, what the hell? Probably runs at 30 FPS? Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know, I haven't bought it yet. I mean, obviously I'm going to do every Destroy All Humans game out there because it's one of those franchises that I'm known for on YouTube and on PSN profiles. But I'm not looking forward to the PS4 version. I'm gonna hope that it's not as broken and bugged to hell as the PS5 version is. But who knows? Honestly, who knows at this point? Because the PS5 version, when I played through it, it was a game I was looking forward to for so freaking long. And yet, it really wasn't that good. It was so broken. It was so buggy. As far as I know, the issues were worked out on the PS5 version, but I don't know how the PS4 version is going to function. I mean, without the multiplayer, I guess it's less content to worry about. But still, like, is it actually going to be any good? I legitimately don't know.
They've been supporting our agents.
I want it to be fun, but I definitely do not have high expectations for that version. At least I wrote the trophy guide, so I know what to do for it. But still, it's not really something I'm looking forward to, I will say that. I'll do it, again, because I've done every Destroy All Humans game and every stack of it, because I love the franchise, and really want to see more of them, but it is not going to be one that I find overly pleasant. I know that already. If anyone's done that, how do you even access that version, actually? That's another question I have. How the hell do you even access that version of the game? Because I don't see it on the store. If anyone knows how to access it, please let me know, because I haven't seen any way to access it.
Assuming you're here on division business and not to adopt a cat. The other agents left some stuff here. In case one of
Cats are dumb. Actually, no, I like cats, but dogs are better. Sorry, not sorry, dogs are better. Saying that right now. Dogs are better. End of story. If you think differently, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're also wrong.
Good enough for me. Looks like Parnell's drones have been controlled from an abandoned prison. Creepy.
Perfect place to hide a covert
What's
operation.
creepy about an abandoned prison? It was used in Alice in Borderlands. They go there to play a death game that if they had waited long enough would have killed every single player in the game. Alright, so there's a control point here, and there's SHD tech here. Damn, okay.
We tracked the drone signal to the antenna.
This is going to be a fairly big DLC then.
Parnell should be in there, or at least has been there at some point. Scouts have spotted Rikers in the area and coming out of the building.
I'll help out on this one.
You love your cat, but you kind of agree. I mean, I would love any animal that I have because I have a very, like, special bond with animals. They all really like me, and I really like them back. Because they can all sense that you're comfortable around them. And if an animal can sense that you're comfortable around them, they're going to be much more comfortable around you. And generally, that's how animals are around me. They're pretty comfortable around me because they know that I want them to be around. But dogs are forever and always the best. Undoubtedly. Perfectly loyal, happy all the time, sweet, loving, the absolute perfect companions no matter what. They'll love you no matter what. Even with one of mine that's really dumb. Like, he's the dumbest dog I've ever seen. But he's so sweet, so lazy and lovey and happy all the time. Definitely brings positivity to the house. Even though he's really dumb.
We've tracked the signal from Parnell's drone.
And I'm pretty sure he knows he's dumb. I legitimately think he might know that he's dumb.
We'll be able to find some of his equipment.
I'll sit in on this one. In case you need some support. Me, I just want to see what weird shit this kid's been up to.
Oh, was that it? It might have been it. Nervous around pit bulls. Pit bulls are actually really sweet overall. Like, they get kind of an unfair rep. And I prefer labs over all other dog types. But they're generally pretty sweet. Like, the only dog type that I've ever had issues with are Chihuahuas. They're the only ones that I've had some issues with in the past. Like, Lizard Guy, he used to have a bunch of them. And I've never gotten along that well with Chihuahuas. Compared to, say, Pit Bulls or any other dog. Like, even like German Shepherds and dogs that are generally known for being more aggressive and all, I have no issue with. Just Chihuahuas, less so. Why is my turret stuck in the wall? I don't know. But now it's going to take it 20 seconds to respawn, which is annoying. Favorite is Chow Chows. I don't actually know what that is then. Is that like a specific brand or something? Or breed. I don't know why I called it brand. Breed. Breed is the correct word, Zach. Come on. You've only had 3 shots tonight. Then again, you haven't drank in 6 weeks. So, of course, it's going to hit you harder. Like I said, I have some alcohol left, and I'm not going to dump it down the drain because I don't waste food or money in this house. So, it's going to get drank at some point. And if I can get it all down tonight, that'd be great. Just be done with it. Can I just... Oh, okay. Water in a soda machine. Except that's often what I get. Like when I went to the movies this past week. I bought popcorn and a water. I should have snuck in the water. But I'm a man, so I don't have a purse. So it's very difficult for me to sneak things in. Like if I want candy, I can sneak it in easily. It's not like they actually care. Like, water is a different thing. So, they look like bears? Purple cousins, tongues. Freaking voice to text sucks. Purple tongues. So, they're like bears with purple tongues. It's probably very cute. Aside from Chihuahuas, all dogs love me. And even some Chihuahuas, but all dogs otherwise love me. They immediately sense my presence and then immediately run up to me as quickly as they can for belly rubs and treats. Or they think that I'm going to give them belly rubs and treats, so they immediately run up to me. Which is very sweet and I love it. But I don't always have treats on me. I don't carry treats with me.
It's not that hard to fool them. You really should be more careful. They fell for it!
Oh no, enemies, I don't care. Yeah, they sense my presence and they run up to me immediately knowing that I'm pro-dog. They run right up to me and think, treat, 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 belly rub, belly rub, belly rub, belly rub, belly rub, belly rub. That's all that goes to their heads. All that goes to their heads are belly rub and treat. Speaking of animals, We had a snake show up at my parents' front door this morning. So that's fun. Heal. Heal, heal, heal. Yeah, they had a snake show up at the front door. Which is not the first time it's happened, to be fair. I do not think that Cassie is drunker than me. If they're going with text-to-speech, I don't expect it to work properly. And I'm not drunk yet. But I will be by the end of the night, probably. Because again, I'm trying to get rid of what's left of my alcohol. All that's going to be left after tonight will hopefully be about 50 milliliters of whiskey, 100 milliliters of brandy that I have no idea why, probably for a recipe I was going to do at some point a year ago. It's in a mini bottle. And then vodka that's more for when my parents come, because my mom drinks vodka sodas, as well as tequila for when my parents come, because my dad drinks margaritas.
Trust anything Parnell says. He's just trying to distract
So they can use it then. I do have 2 bottles of wine, which I might as well keep, because one white, one red, just in case I ever have a date again with a girl that's actually attractive that I actually want to see again. Date is one thing. Date with someone you want to see again is another thing entirely. I also have a tiny mason jar that's effectively like 1 ounce of moonshine that's like s'mores flavored moonshine that I don't even know why or when or how I got it. But I have it. It's like a dessert moonshine. It's not that high in alcohol content, so yeah.
You ever think for yourself?
Girlfriend's dog loves you. He's a little fat Frenchie that sounds like an old man snoring. How did voice to text get cousins out of tongues? Because it's voice to text, and it's not that good. Quite simply, but... You opened your door, and a snake was climbing it, and it fell in. Ooh. That's worse than what we had. Because a couple years ago, the one day that I was home, a snake decided to show up at the front door and just say hello. It's a little garden black snake. They're not harmful. Like, garden black snakes are not harmful. They're actually better because they eat the bad snakes in the garden that show up. Because where my parents live in North Carolina, they do occasionally get, like, copperheads and cottonmouths. Or like, no, wait, copperheads and water moccasins. That's it, not cottonmouths. That's a Florida thing. Yeah, they get water moccasins and copperheads occasionally. And those 2 snakes actually are dangerous. Those are snakes that you really don't want to have around because they are dangerous, especially to pets, and they can kill humans if you don't get care quickly. More importantly, they can kill pets. And we get them occasionally. So the black snakes are a good thing because they eat those bad snakes. Okay. Yeah, that snake just showed up at the front door and said hello to my mom that day, and she freaked the hell out. I don't mind reptiles, though, which people find weird about me, that I don't mind them. Especially iguanas. Iguanas love me. As I've found, iguanas really like being around me. They'll come right up and eat out of your hand if you let them. If they can sense that you're comfortable around them, they will come right up and eat out of your hand. That's what I've learned from all my trips to Aruba over the last 5 years. They will come right up to you and they will eat out of your hand if you let them. They're very sweet. They're not aggressive either. They'll just sort of nibble at the food. They have perfectly sharp and straight little lizard teeth, but they're not aggressive at all, which is hilarious. Are they snake treat people? No, my mom despises snakes. So does my grandmother. She cannot stand snakes. And even though the black snakes are good for having like a garden and stuff because they eat the bad snakes, grandmother requests that we kill the snakes because she hates them and she's so terrified of them, even though the black snakes aren't dangerous. Because the black snakes They're not particularly dangerous to humans or pets. And they eat the bat snakes. They're a good thing. You had a dog that was screaming at the top of her lungs when she sees a snake. I swear, like, my older dog would be aggressive toward one, but probably wouldn't approach it. My younger dog is stupid enough that he would probably try to approach it as a best friend. He's that dumb. He would probably try to approach it as a new best friend. Again, black snakes aren't that much of a problem, but the other snakes are much more of a problem. You get snakes down here because you have a creek in your backyard. Yeah, we have a pond, or my parents have a pond on their property, so snakes pop up down there sometimes. And the ones that pop up down there are not the garden black snakes that are harmless. Usually the ones down there are water moccasins, which are very dangerous to humans and animals. So we see one of them, it's going to catch a bullet. Or several bullets. That's for sure. We don't want those on the property because those are actually dangerous. And we do not want to risk the health of our pets. We also have all of the random farm animals that we've kind of adopted. We have the fattest groundhog I've ever seen that lives on the property because it eats so well on the property, and my mom refuses to let anything happen to it. So it's extremely healthy and very well fed, and it's had babies, and it's still fat. It's still got to be like a 100-pound groundhog. Okay, maybe not 100 pounds, but probably at least 50 pounds for a groundhog, which is insanely large for a groundhog. Groundhogs are not supposed to be that big. And it just sort of stares at you when you run by it. How was Aruba? It was a while back, but it was a lot of fun. We're planning to go back this early December. I really do need to do some different things, though, this time, and just be able to vlog some slightly different things. Because, like, part of the thing is, we don't get to go on vacation that much, you know, once a year. To where we don't necessarily want to do different things. And we're not going to be able to do once a year in the future, just because this was mostly because of leftover, like, airline and hotel points that my mom has. So we're not going to be able to keep doing this. At least not in Aruba, because we have other places we really want to go to. Like, I really do desperately want to go to Japan within the next few years. Because that's my heritage. My grandmother that survived World War II in Japan and was shot at by American planes twice. That's the thing that happened. At one point, she had to take all of her, I think it was 4 siblings, down into a subway to survive when the air was getting cut off from bombing raids, but got shot at by American planes twice, and then was 200 miles away from Nagasaki when the bomb went off. Her father was a soldier down there that was even closer to the bomb that only survived because the wind was blowing in the correct direction for him to survive. And I would love to meet the family that's still over there. And I still think that... I think my family over there has some samurai heritage to it. Because the samurai are not just, like, military warriors. They were effectively, like, the upper-class citizens of Japan prior to, like, World War II era. And a lot of the family that was over there were dentists and higher-class members of society. So I think that we probably have some technical samurai heritage to our whole family lineage, and I'd love to learn more about that if I get the chance. And meet the family that's still over there. I think that'd be pretty cool. Plus, of course, they have, like, the world's biggest arcades, and sushi and other restaurants that just deliver stuff out on the conveyor belt. I love looking at, like, Japan videos and stuff. It's just, it's so cool. I just love watching it. It's so much fun to watch.
The division won't be far behind. Get ready.
He's running scared.
Portable electronic device detected.
Plus, if I ever were to be one of those people that moves over there, I would at least have an advantage because I look Japanese. Unlike a lot of members of my family, I actually look Japanese. So they wouldn't immediately reject and despise me. Because Japan is very homogenous. They don't really like outsiders. That is an official thing about the country. So I would at least be able to fit in. Apparently all the salarymen over there drink like crazy, so my old self would fit in with that very well. And they're expected to drink, and if they don't, it's dishonorable. Yeah, that's actually a thing. You've been wanting to go to Japan your whole life? Yeah, it's definitely... It's my #1 travel destination. Purely because of, like, family ties and everything. My #1 destination outside of Japan, though, would be Italy. Are you Mike Judge? The creator of King of the Hill? One of my favorite cartoons of all time? Yeah, I've actually been watching King of the Hill a lot because it's on at like 7 to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday at least. I love that show. I even watched it as a kid. It was a good time. It's a good show. It's sort of a more appropriate, realistic version of South Park. It's kind of a good way to put it. Alright, so get rid of anything in here that we don't care about. See, yeah, it changed everything, so gear score is going to matter again here. I still like Pestilence, though. I want to keep it. So an assault rifle. Don't need that. We'll hold on to the shotgun, though. Oh, yeah. That's way better. Oh, I didn't look at pistols. I'll be able to use that soon, which is fun. Let's disable those. Japan has the world's fastest internet. Really? For some reason I thought it was South Korea that did.
If you get a visual on Parnell, don't hesitate.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was South Korea that had the world's fastest internet. But either way, Japan being right up there is great. Beautiful country. You want to take a trip to Kyoto and watch the sunset under the cherry blossoms. The cherry blossoms, yes. I would love to visit like a traditional Japanese Rakuten. I think I horribly butchered that. The traditional Japanese inn that like takes care of you fully. Everything's communal, no technology, amazing food, all that kind of stuff.
Take this bastard down.
I probably horribly butchered the name of it, though. It's like Ryuden or Raikuden. And then I'd love to visit all the world's biggest arcades, because me and my dad are both children at heart in that sense, and we love the idea of a good arcade. So that would be a lot of fun. I would love to visit that. Now, here's something funnily ironic about me with my Japanese heritage. Is weed legal in Japan? Fuck no. It's not legal to be gay in Japan. Or it's barely legal to be gay in Japan. Much less weed. Yeah, Japan's interesting for some of that stuff. Like, yes, it has full-blown universal healthcare and one of the best healthcare systems in the world. And yet, doesn't allow immigrants for the most part. Especially other Doesn't allow, like, non-Japanese people for the most part, or as much as other countries. Weed is completely illegal. Homosexuality is barely tolerated. It's interesting. Death penalty is very much enforced over there. And it's hanging is your death penalty. You get in trouble for it. You get death penalty. You die within a couple of years by hanging, which is what the U.S. needs to be doing. If we want to deal with the rampant crime in this country, that's what we need to start doing. Start hanging people after a year or two. Hang them publicly. And that's going to stop this shit pretty quickly.
Answer me. Keener.
Yeah, weed, I'm pretty sure, is not legal. 100% in this game? I have no idea. It depends how long... I don't know how long this DLC is going to take, but it mostly depends on the raid DLCs that I am not looking forward to. I want to go to all the world's biggest arcades, where you play pachinko, and apparently you have to trade the balls for tokens that are then traded for monetary prizes at an off-site location to get around Japanese gambling laws. Speaking of Japanese gambling, I really hope that Netflix makes a Kaiji series, because it's one of the oldest, like, gambling-based mangas out there. And it was a major inspiration for Squid Games. It's called Kaiji, or Kaiji. The Ultimate Gambler, or The Ultimate Survivor is the other name for it. And it's a series about, like, a young adult male named Kaiji, who is in Japan, and he's suffering from, like, everything basically going wrong for him. He's trying to pay off debt, and he has to do it by gambling and such. And again, it was the inspiration for Squid Game, or was a major inspiration for Squid Game. And he gets thrown into death games and such, like so many of the others do, so it's basically death games. And if he wins them, he makes enough money to possibly go home for that time. I've seen a couple of the live-action movies. It has the... There's this Japanese actor, I don't know what his name is, but he's in, like, all of the Death Game movies. Like, he's in Death Note, he's in Battle Royale, he's in Kaiji, and he's in, like, one other one. It's some really, like, probably well-known guy at this point. He's not in Alice, which is surprising. Yeah, he's not in Alice in Borderlands, which is surprising. But some guy that's in, like, all of those things. Okay, this seems to be the final... Oh, that's a lot of lights.
What the hell?
So the video said it could download 80,000 movies a second. I don't know about that many. With me on that, that's good. And survive not being a pothead for a couple weeks, yeah. Yeah, like I said, here's the funny thing about weed legality. For as accepted as it is in the US, it's mostly illegal in like 99% of countries in the world. That's what's crazy about it, is that it may be decriminalized in a number of countries, but it's actually illegal in almost every country in the world outside of the US. Canada allows it nowadays recreationally, and about 6 or 7 other countries allow it recreationally. Almost no European countries allow it recreationally. Asian countries don't allow it recreationally. Basically, most of the world doesn't allow it except for the US, Canada, and a handful of other countries. which for how accepted it is, it's not accepted in like 99% of the world, which is crazy to me. With how much people push it as being like the next thing that people need to be doing instead of alcohol and whatnot. As someone who dated someone that was addicted to weed, I don't think people need to be doing it. At least not to that level. Because it fucks you up just as much as alcohol and other drugs can. Or it can fuck you up that badly. I never knew that there could be such thing as an angry pothead, but they do exist. As I found out, unfortunately. From previous dating experiences, so... That's my experience. Other people might be different. But that's what happened to me. And I will say that constantly. I was relatively pro-weed before I dated that girl. Now I'm actually very anti it. Sounds like a siren going off. Hey, CJ. You almost have the platinum for Dragon Quest XLS. Gotta get some rings to survive a boss gauntlet. One for getting the costumes. And one for the special moment. I have no idea what that game is. But good luck with it. Yeah, like I was... For a while I was pro-weed. Then I dated someone that was addicted to it. And now I'm pretty against it. I'm not against decriminalization of it, because I think there's better usages of our prison facilities here in this country, but I do not support legalizing it at all. Because I've seen what it does to people, and it's no better than what alcohol and other drugs do to people. Or the reason why I've stopped doing drinking. Outside of nights like tonight, rare occasions. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, this is going to be more difficult than I thought it was. Dragon Quest. Okay, I know nothing about Dragon Quest then. Okay, this is going to be more difficult than I thought. I'm going to have to think about this a bit. Why am I yawning? I'm not that tired. What's with these stupid-ass fake targets, though? This is dumb.
How many of those does
This is
he
just
have?
dumb.
When you can't trust anything, shoot everything. This is right in your wheelhouse, Agent.
Shoot everything. That's not the best mentality to have. Like, come on now. Well, that's pretty clearly a fake target because it's not moving. Okay, pop drones. Just do that. This is really stupid. It's a bunch of fake targets. Like, who thought this was good? So it's just a bunch of fake targets, and he just pops up and around each area, which is stupid. Mainly spoke for depression and ADHD, but started in high school before you needed it. Fair enough. I mean, I don't care if anyone else does it. I just don't personally support it. Just purely because I've seen the destruction it causes to some people out there. And some people it causes no destruction to. I know people that it's done nothing bad to. I mean, maybe I just had a bad experience with one bad person, but I mean, it scarred me pretty badly, so it is what it is. I'm not going to forget those experiences. The negativity that came from it. What is with all these fake targets? This is dumb. This is just dumb. That's why I said I battle a lot of Modern Warfare 2, but this is just dumb. And that's probably what I'm going to say when I play Pikmin 2 on stream. It's just things being dumb.
Rogue agent detected.
Like I was saying about Pikmin 2 earlier, like... I've mostly finished Pikmin 2 content at this point for myself, but I still have to complete one more dungeon, one more challenge dungeon, and I just cannot do it. The first 3 floors are fairly easy of it. It's the very final one in the challenge mode. I finished all the challenge things in Pikmin 3 as well. So Pikmin 3 got finished, Deluxe Edition of Pikmin 3 got finished years ago. It's just the Pikmin 2 stuff with that challenge mode is just absolutely brutal. It is what it is, yep. Jinx. Janks. You owe me a candy bar and a soda pop. Speaking of that, I wonder if 1,000 Pound Sisters is coming back for another season. I assume it is. I'm gonna assume that it will be. It should be interesting with the extremely fat sister getting a man. This is so stupid. It's a bunch of fake targets. Like, who signed off on this being a good mission idea? Secure the park. How many times am I going to get that objective? It's a bunch of people that are fake targets. This is not good mission design. This is annoying. Is the only word for it. Is that this is annoying. Haven't I already done this like 4 times? Like, seriously, we've already done this multiple times. Can we get a different objective that isn't repetitive and annoying with the lack of checkpoints? Okay, I don't think that was a target. Okay, so if I gotta get close to it, probably. Just do it this way, it'll work. The target is still not dead. Okay, use armor. Fake target again. Very clearly a fake target, but still. Like, what is the point of this? This is just annoying. This is not a good boss fight design. This is just annoying. I can't tell if these alarms are going off in-game or if they're going out here in the real world. Which is probably not a good thing. I should probably know if alarms are going off in my neighborhood in real life. Okay, good. He's finally fucking dead. Jeez. Took way more hits than he should have. For story mode, at least. This is story difficulty. At least I think it is. Unless this DLC defaults to normal.
See if you can recover any intel from
Trophy! Do I have family all over the world, or is it just US and Japan? Just US and Japan. As far as I'm aware. Unless there's others somewhere else that I don't know about.
But I'm pretty sure he tried to access a remote backup server.
Cool. New item that I don't care about.
Probably. It's gonna take a hell of a lot of processing power to find the server,
Level up.
and extract the files. I've got a few ideas, but his watch is definitely gonna help as well.
I'm burping my cookout.
Skills acquired.
I can taste it. Alright, so we have a new marksman rifle and another new marksman rifle. Okay, get rid of that one. Alright, what have we got in here? Okay, we'll take that because it's slightly better. And we'll take that because it's slightly better. It's not by much, though. Field proficiency crate. Ooh, that's some level 32 stuff. Gladly take the level 32 stuff. And what new weapon have we got? We got a level 32 marksman rifle. Ooh, apparel crate that I don't care that much about. Bunch of junk that I really don't care about. Okay, what do we have going on in here? Random comms update. I feel slightly hungry again, which I shouldn't because I ate a lot of food earlier. This cookout is very filling. How do I not have 20 hostiles bled yet? That's ridiculous. I know I've done that by now. I think that's just broken. Bunch of unknown ones as well. Ooh, there's something new. Yay, new thing. Cool. Message about Google password required for something. Cool. Anything new in here? Doesn't look like it. Almost on that one. One more. I don't know what the last one is. Guess I'll have to look into that at some point because I don't know why it wouldn't have tracked in there. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call the night here. I know it is a little bit early, but most of the viewership has dropped off and most of the celebration has ended. So, I think I'm just going to end it for tonight. This is a really fun stream though. I'm glad to have had you guys here to celebrate the 13-year anniversary of the channel. We got our Platinum Trophy tonight. The plan is to finish Modern Warfare 2 tomorrow. So that's the goal, is to try to finish Modern Warfare 2 tomorrow. So another Platinum Trophy on our weekend. So hopefully I'll finish that tomorrow. Or I'll be playing Pikmin 2, but it'll most likely be Modern Warfare 2 trying to finish it. So, if everything goes right, we'll have Modern Warfare 2 done tomorrow. And the next couple weeks will be mostly Pikmin content for streams as we get ready for Pikmin 4. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. Cheers. Holding up my water can here to 13 years. And here's to the future years. So, thank you guys for stopping by. And I should be seeing y'all tomorrow for some more content. See you later.